The 2025 offseason was absolutely wild in the NBA because your Neptunes, who had the 10th best odds at 3.7% chance to get the first overall pick, and we somehow got it. And with that pick, we selected this guy right here, a generational prospect, Mac Boyd. 81 overall, out of the draft, can play forward or guard. And he's 6'9", 205, had the LeBron James Hall of Fame ceiling NBA comparison. And this dude was even better than we thought. He's got 4 badges: Aerial Wizard, Interceptor, Posterizer, and Slithery. And he's got some really good grades as well. He's a really good offensive player, passing and shooting. His defense is better than we initially thought. His rebounding is better too. He's a great athlete and one of the smartest players already in basketball. This is the kind of player you need to really spark the start of your rebuild and the start of the rebuild transition into an actual team that can compete for a title. He's got that potential. He's already an 81 overall. He's only 20 years old, and he's already one of the best players on the team. We also traded Pascal Siakam for power forward Taylor Hendricks, who has A- potential now. He is a really good three-point shooter, can knock down the mid-range, can score inside. Defense is pretty decent on both facets for that. And again, a high IQ player, high potential, 6'10". Can't wait to see this guy play too. Dalen Webb enters this year as our new starting power forward alongside center Jalen Duren, who's coming into his 3rd season and has 1 year left on... Oh, he's coming into his 4th season and has 1 year left on his rookie contract. Besides that, we also brought in Jamal Murray on a massive 4-year, $181 million contract to be the 28-year-old point guard floor general for this team. He will take over point guard duties for Dario Jovanovic, who will move to the shooting guard position. In fact, real quick, I do need to add a secondary position for him, so I'll do that real quick. Quick side note, if you enjoy this video and want to see more, please like and subscribe. It goes a long way. So we give Yovi here the shooting guard second position, and I did end up increasing his potential backup to what I'm pretty sure it was. I have a good feeling for what his bust or boom numbers are and his high and lower potentials. So I tried to adjust those because realistically, coming off his season, he won Rookie of the Year. He led that race the entire season. He had 17.2 points per game, 3 boards, 3.6 assists, and his numbers only got better as his year went on. So there was no reason to believe that he wouldn't be a better player this year or that he would have no room to grow at all. So we're going to increase his potential. His overall is going to stay the same, but he did gain 8 badges and he went up in a couple of areas. So even though the overall does not change that much, he still is a better player than he was last year. And I expect him to be even better. But we also acquired Isaiah Hartenstein in that trade for Siakam. So now he will slot in as our backup center behind Jalen Duren. So our starting 5 is going to be Jamal Murray, Dario Jovanovic, Mac Boyd, Dalen Webb, and Jalen Duren, with Cole Anthony as our new top backup off the bench with a 3-year, $50 million contract. He will be our primary backup player. He will slot in there along with Buddy Hield, Luke Kennard, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Taylor Hendricks. So that is your squad. We've got a couple guys off the bench as well on the reserves team, like Terrence Davis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dwight Powell, and EJ Liddell. We also sent down Mark Augustine, a second-round pick, to the G League to start the year, but he could be a really good three-point shooter and some solid depth if somebody gets hurt. So all of that is what happened in the offseason, but that wasn't it, because we were not the only team that had a lot of change going on, because the entire league changed as well. So after us, you got the Brooklyn Nets, who still have Mikal Bridges, but now they got Nick Claxton, who has been playing really well, Cam Johnson, Killian Hayes, Tim Hardaway Jr., Ben Simmons is still over there. They still have young Duke Blue Devil, Dariq Whitehead, and Dean Jackson, who they drafted in the previous draft. So Dean Jackson is a rookie, So they're going to look to him to be their top backup point guard behind Killian Hayes. The Nuggets have Jokic, but they also brought in Donovan Mitchell, who was a free agent on a 4-year, $188 million contract. So that was a huge signing for them. And he kind of replaces Jamal Murray, who we brought in because we had so much cap room. The Pacers made a couple of big moves because they still have Tyrese Halliburton. They re-signed him to a big deal, I'm pretty sure. But BI signed a 1-year, $32 million contract. So they not only have him and Halliburton, but they also have Benedict Mathurin, who's on a really cheap deal because he still has his rookie contract to work through. But they still have Miles Turner, Andrew Nimhard, Jarris Walker, Isaiah Jackson. This team is really young and really promising. They're going to be much better than they were last year, you would have to think. The Pelicans keep Zion around, but they also bring in Franz Wagner on a 1-year, $27 million contract to beef up their team as McCollum gets older. Oh, and they also drafted Josh Chapman 7th overall. So we are playing this team today as well. So we're going to be seeing these guys out there in the court here soon. The Pistons roster looks very similar to what it was when we played them last year. So not a whole lot of change. They still have Jaden Ivey, MPJ, Azor Thompson, Miles Bridges, and more. The Raptors have Scotty Barnes still, now up to 89 overall. They got Jakob Poeltl, Dinwiddie, Klay Thompson, Grady Dick, who's going to come off the bench behind Klay, you would think. But also Dirk Kramer, who was drafted a year ago, not this past year, but the year prior to that. So a couple of young guards over here. The Rockets have Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Şengün, Amen Thompson. Pretty much not a lot of change here. They do have Cam Whitmore now, but not a whole lot of change here in Houston. The Sonics still have Bradley Beal, but they bring in Aaron Gordon on a massive 4-year contract. They got Gary Trent, Daniel Gafford, Jackson Hayes, Wilson Kelly, and more. The Spurs, not only do they have Wemby, but they also have Jeremy Sochan, Paul George, who is now 81 overall, Keldon Johnson still over here, Malachi Branham. This is one of the deepest teams in the entire league because they still have Kent Gary, who they drafted in the very first draft of the franchise. And they also brought in Frederick Booker, Blake Wesley. This is a deep team. The Suns haven't changed too much. They still have Booker and KD and DeAndre Ayton, Aaron Nesmith, Alvarado, Eddie Daniels, who they drafted a year ago. So not a whole lot of acquisition here for the Suns. They don't really have that much cap room to work with, so that does make sense. For the Thunder, they've still got SGA, Josh Giddey, Holmgren, Jalen Williams, another young team that has been living off of boatloads of draft picks for the last couple of seasons and the next couple of years too. So they're still pretty solid, coming off a really good season, so they're going to hope to be better this year. The Timberwolves are now relying on Edwards fully as a 94 overall player, 43 badges. They still got Cat. Fred VanVleet has joined them over there. Wendell Moore has progressed pretty well. So, pretty decent roster here. But once you get out of those top 3 to 4 couple of players, this team gets pretty shaky. So, pretty much top heavy here. The Trailblazers still have Dame in this universe, but Scoot, Shadon Sharp, and Anthony Simons are all looking pretty solid. They got Mitchell Robinson over there now. The Raptors, or not the Raptors, the Blazers here should be pretty solid. Steph is still over in Golden State along with Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, John Collins, and DeMar DeRozan. We'll see if this team competes, but I think you could go either way. But they have at least a pretty good starting 5 and a lot of good forwards. And quite possibly the biggest move of the offseason was this one. Giannis decided to not re-sign in Milwaukee and instead heads to Washington to play with Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole. He signed a 4-year, $231 million contract. And now he's in the nation's capital with a pretty bad roster. But they do have a couple of young players like Jordan Poole, Kenyon Martin Jr., Bilal Coulibaly, and Jerome Lynch, who was one of the top players in the last draft. We'll see if he progresses pretty well. He still has that B+ potential. Then we go to the 76ers. Joel Embiid regressing now, but Tyrese Maxey is progressing. James Harden has definitely fallen off a little bit. So outside of those top three, really kind of dotty, spotty, rough roster in Philly. The Milwaukee Bucks brought in Jason Tatum as their Giannis Antetokounmpo replacement. 4 years, $220. He's got 55 badges. He's a 94 overall. They also brought in Cade Cunningham, who chose to not re-sign with the Pistons. 4 years, $157. They have completely revamped this team. And they also have Rudy Gobert. They acquired him via trade a year ago. They got Charles Bassey and more, but outside of this top three, you go pretty young, but Cade Cunningham's only 24 years old. Tatum's 27. Those guys got plenty of years to play together. We got to watch a game against them this year because that's going to be really, really fun. The Bulls seem to have gotten worse somehow. They do have Quinn Hilliard, though, who is the 3rd overall pick in the draft. So they're going to look to him and young guys like Dalen Terry and DeSumo and Kobe White to hopefully help out Zach LaVine and Chris Middleton, who's now over here in Chicago. The Cavaliers still have their core of Mobley, Garland, and Jarrett Allen. And this roster should be competing, at least in the playoffs. Can't say that they're, like a championship team, but they could be. It just kind of depends on if they can take advantage of their potential. With the Celtics losing Jason Tatum, they're going to rely heavily on Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis going forward. They still have the Time Lord, Malcolm Brogdon, and they also have Jrue Holiday. So, although he has regressed a little bit, he's 35 years old. This team should still be, kind of decent, but nowhere near as good as they were last year. Because they did win the finals, and then Tatum left. So, that's interesting. The Clippers still have Kawhi, but Paul George is obviously over in San Antonio. They got Jaden McDaniels, Davion Mitchell, Zach Collins, but honestly, this roster looks kind of like ours. I don't think that the Clippers or us really are going to be a playoff team. We definitely could be, but I think we have a better shot compared to them. You, of course, cannot forget about Ja Morant and the Grizzlies, who obviously still have their young core of Morant, JJJ, and Desmond Bane, but Marcus Smart, the veteran point guard, still over there. PJ Washington comes over. They drafted Preston Woods in this most recent draft. Wally Augustine was drafted a year ago, so young players off the bench and guys in their prime as their starters. The Hawks sticking with their usual guys, Trae Young, Murray, Hunter, AJ Griffin. They do have Tobias Harris now, but still, all in all, a pretty similar roster as to usual, although their best big man is Chimezie Mutua at a 75 overall, so they need a lot of help with their big men. The Heat are having some injury problems with Butler and Harrow, so rough day for those, or rough start to the year for these guys, but they still have Bam, Butler, Harrow, Caleb Martin. They now got Dylan Brooks over here in Miami, Karis LeVert, Nikola Jovic. So they also drafted Brandon Edwards 2nd overall, but will he get enough playing time? Who really knows? But he was taken 2nd overall, has no badges, and apparently has a foot injury concern, but he's not hurt right now, so we'll see if that ends up being a problem. You got the Hornets, who have one of the up-and-coming young trios in the league, because they have LaMelo at 24 years old, 91 overall. Brandon Miller, 22 years old, 87 overall. Mark Williams, 23 years old, 81. This is a very young team overall, and they're only going to get better as time goes on. They brought in James Wiseman just over a year ago, 80 overall, still only 24. They got Brook Lopez coming off the bench, along with Marvin Bagley, Nick Richards. This team is honestly pretty solid. Pretty damn solid team right here. The Jazz, who acquired Siakam from us via trade. Apparently he did not regress all that much in terms of his attributes. Good for him. They got him now with Walker Kessler, Colin Sexton, Ochai Agbaji, Kevon Looney, Trey Lyles, and Keontae George, along with some other guys. But this team should be probably contending for a playoff spot, but probably not much more beyond that. The Kings, very exciting, high-octane offensive team with De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Herter, Murray, all four guys still over there. They bring in Tyus Jones, they bring in Jalen Johnson, and they drafted Peter Leonard out of George Mason, who is a really solid prospect and should project pretty well with B+ potential and can already shoot the ball in most areas. So this team going to be probably the same as usual, just high-octane offense. Defense might be a problem, but we'll see. Then the Knicks. Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett still over here, but they bring in Derek White. Josh Hart still in New York. Grant Williams was brought over along with DiVincenzo and Lonnie Walker. They drafted Clay Ball a year ago. We're going to see if he can develop still as that B+ potential as well. So another team that is mostly pretty young. Only got like 2 or so guys that are going to get playing time above 29 years old. So we'll see if Brunson and Barrett can lead the Knicks to a playoff spot. The Lakers have a very similar roster with Anthony Davis now leading the charge with LeBron's departure, and we'll see where he went here in a moment. But they also brought in Lauri Markkanen to a 3-year, $117 million contract. Austin Reeves and Hachimura still over here. Sadiq Bey was brought over on a vet minimum contract. So this team, we'll see if they compete. Going to be interesting. I'm not sure if they will. The Magic, though, they are the ones who brought in LeBron James. 1 year, $53 million. Still a 91 overall. The King is still alive and well. Wendell Carter going to play alongside him, as well as former first overall pick Frederick Cousins from the very first draft in this franchise. They've got 21-year-old Anthony Black, who is a really exciting point guard with high potential. Cousins has high potential as well. Don't forget about him being probably one of the best bigs in a couple of seasons. They got Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Paul Reed, Jet Howard. Really not too many young players aside from Bogdanovich and LeBron. This team is still young. They don't have Wagner anymore. Banchero is hurt, so that's why he is all the way down here. But once he comes back, this team could be really, really scary. And the last team that we have to go over are the Dallas Mavericks, who are coming off a loss in the finals. Luka Doncic, only 26 years old. You know about him. They brought back Kyrie on a massive 5-year contract worth $270 million. They brought in Julius Randle on a vet minimum contract. They kept around Jaden Hardy. They brought in Josh Green, or I think Josh Green was actually already here. But they brought in Micic. They still have Derek Lively, who they took a couple years back in the draft. Ralph Anthony was drafted a year ago. They got the other Bogdanovich, another guy that was taken 2 years ago in the first round. This team should probably be back in the finals or close to it this upcoming season. So those are your league updates, folks. And now it is officially time for the debut of your number 1 pick, the generational prospect, Mac Boyd. Let's jump in to the home and season opener here in the 2025-2026 NBA season as year 3 kicks off now. Your Neptunes are back in the Atlantic Arena as Virginia Beach gets year 3 started with the basketball. Here we go. We turn the ball over. Jovanovic gives it away to Franz Wagner within the first couple of seconds, but they can't capitalize, and Mac Boyd comes in for the rebound. That is your number 1 pick, folks. 6'9", weighs just over 200 pounds. Excited to see his play today. Jovanovic out of a shot finds Duran at the rim. He's got it to start our season scoring. Zion steps into a shot, and it's off the mark. Nice defense there by Webb. We go up ahead to Mac Boyd. He pulls up. His first shot of the day is off the mark. Mismatch for Yobi, but Zion can't capitalize. Yobi, the triple off the feed for Murray. It's in there. 5-0. Zion trying to attack the rim. Webb is called for the foul. could be the first points of the day for the Pelicans, and it is. In the first game of the year, Zion had 28 points, 14 boards. So he's trying to keep that play going. It's going to be a tough defensive game, I think, for this Neptunes team, especially for Dalen Webb and Jalen Duren. But we'll see if they will truly have their hands full with Zion today. I imagine they will. Boyd fires the three. That one's off. And off. Zion drives, then goes back to Ward, but he missed at the rim. Nice defense there from Jalen Duren. Mac Boyd wants to attack the rim over 2 defenders. Got it for his first NBA bucket. He feeds Zion again. He's doubled. Back out to Dyson Daniels for the triple, and that one's good. Jovanovic. Nice pump fake. Way to free himself up, but he missed the shot. Webb pulls it down and puts it in. They're going to go back to Zion here, huh? McCollum's going to feed him here. Yep, there it is. Webb on defense. Can't block the shot. Good attempt, though. Jovanovic, quick three off the screen. I have connection. What does that mean? The shot's off. Duren gets it back for the board and the foul. Ron Ward picks up his first. Offensive rebounding was a highlight of the last game of the year in year 2 because we started Webb and Duren. And so far it's been a highlight of today's game in the first couple of minutes. Shot clock winding down. McCollum's got to create here. His three is in there. 1 point game. Yovi, tough mid-range jumper, well contested. Not going to fall. 1 for 4 start for him. McCollum, quick three. That one's up, but Daniels pulls it down. He forced a pass out. Under 10 on the shot clock now. Wagner, the J, yes. New Orleans takes the lead. Duren is right at the hoop. He's going to get called for a violation here. Never mind. Time cutting down for us. Murray's down low. Tough fadeaway. Got it over McCollum, though. That's his first bucket in Neptune's colors. Zion getting aggressive, spinning, and scoring. How do you guard that? Duren sets the high screen. Yovi again off the mark. And Wagner's called for a foul on the offensive board from Jalen Duren. Yovi, another shot off a screen, and this time it's good. He doubles Zion immediately. They go back to Daniels. Good job to recover. Clock counting down. McCollum freed up off ball, but can't get it to go. Murray, bounce pass to Duren. But Zion's there with him. He doesn't want to attack that. Now we got only 5 seconds left. Murray finds some space, and the three is good. That's what Jamal Murray gets you. Wagner's doubled. McCollum steps out of bounds. Backdoor cut. Yovi ends up getting to it. And then Duren loses the ball, and it's stolen by Dyson Daniels. Wow. And then they turn it over right to Jamal Murray. Fast break. Come on, push the tempo. Murray, great pass to Yovi. He draws the foul on Zion on the other end. It's the first on Zion. Yovi's first free throws of the season. First one's up and in there. Here comes Herb Jones. Zion takes a rest. And Yovi knocks down both. Neptunes lead by 6. Wagner, top of the key. Ocean of space, but can't hit. Cole Anthony checks in for the first time in a Neptunes uniform as Yovi once again will miss the jumper. He's at 2 for 7 so far. But Cole Anthony, we brought in on a 3-year, $51 million contract to be our big minute backup behind Murray and Yovi as a guard. So Hoping to see him play really well as just a really good offensive, focal point off the bench. Wagner, another triple, no, and we get to it. Mac Boyd rivals the pass to Yovi. He throws it up, and that hits back iron. Daniels with the clock counting down. Can't cash in from deep. Still lead by 6. Under 3.5 to play in this first quarter. Nice pass to Duran. He'll stuff it in. The assist goes to DJ. McCollum, pick and roll with Ward. That one works out well. Want to see Mac Boyd touch the ball more and get more involved here on the offensive end, but so far hasn't really touched it a lot. Anthony's shot won't fall here. Wagner, guarded by Boyd. Good job sticking with them. Wagner's trying to get down low in the paint. He does get there, and then he'll just jam it home. Backdoor cut. Boyd's there. And he'll finish at the rim despite Wagner contesting the shot. McCollum is fouled, and he'll score. Webb's called for it. The second on him. Zion. No, not Zion. That's Malik Monk, and not sure who number 53 is. But the free throw is good. Our lead's been cut to 3. Taylor Hendricks now in there for the Neptunes. Put Jamal Murray back in the game along with Buddy Hield. Gonna see what Taylor Hendricks can get us. We acquired him in that Siakam trade, and Hield apparently called for an illegal screen. And now we're calling for another foul. Zion draws it this time on Hendricks. So he is back in the game, actually. First free throw is up and in there. And then number 53 is going to come back in again. What's going on here? What are these subs? It's Humphries, apparently. Zion goes 1 for 2. Hartenstein reels that one in. Pick and roll with Hendricks. He's down low, and the shot's up and in there for his first bucket with Virginia Beach. Love seeing that. All the young guys knocking down their shots here in this first quarter. Getting somewhat involved. Malik Monk. That one might be cash, and it sure is. Here comes a screen. Murray back to Hartenstein. He's got room, and he's got the bucket too. Humphries comes over, sets the screen. Monk steps back. Well, that shot's off. Now a chance for us to end this quarter being up by 2 scores. Last shot of the quarter. Anthony's got it. He finds Hartenstein. How did that pass get there? He'll finish the play, though, and we head to the second quarter leading 30-25 over New Orleans. Solid first quarter. I like what I'm seeing for the most part. The second quarter begins here on opening night in Virginia Beach. The Pelicans have the ball down by 5. Gabe Vincent out there. His first shot of the day is off the mark. The rebound goes to Buddy Hield. Hendricks gets the hands off, and the 3 is just off the mark. That's a good shot, though. Next time, knock that one down. That's a good look. Vincent, another 3-point chance on the move. Not a smart shot. Murray gets down low, handing off to Hartenstein. Humphries there with them. The shot is off, and Humphries, nice job on defense right there. Humphries then completely gets by Hartenstein. What the hell was that? Who is this Humphries guy? Murray, wide open 3, top of the key. That one better go, and it does. Zion over the top to Humphries. Nice pass right there on the baseline. Murray, another 3. He's been cashed so far. Abso-freaking-lutely. Off of the screen. Pick and pop. Zion won't pass, and Hendricks, no chance at stopping him that time. Buddy Hield has been left wide open, uncovered. You can't do that to this guy after the way that he finished last season. Come on. Oh. Illegal screen from Gabe Vincent. First foul on him. We take over. Here's the Pelicans' upcoming schedule. Clippers, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Lakers. So 3 home games and 1 on the road. Hendricks finds Hield on the cut for the dunk. Nice pass, a nice cut there by Buddy Hield. We lead by 10 points now, 41-31. The offense looks pretty well-oiled, all things considered. Zion, the triple. It's off the mark. Cole Anthony, uncontested. That one's in there. The three-point shooting is back here at Virginia Beach. We never lost it. Zion trying to attack the paint now. Muscling off Hendricks, and we can't do anything to stop this guy right now. 11 points so far tonight. Pretty much scoring at will. Cole Anthony over the top to Hendricks. He can score this, and he does over Zion. Great finish. Top of the key. Zion for 3 again. This time will cash it. That was much more open than his last one. Beyond the arc. Jamal Murray has to fire. It's well contested. That's a really tough shot to hit. He had Monk all on his face. Now Monk, the mid-ranger, online. They cut it back to below 10 points. Under 7 to go in this first half. We got Duren, Yovi, Webb at the scorer's table. They'll check back in here shortly. Eyeball screen. Murray over the top to Hendricks. We're at lax time, and it's going to work 2 times now. The pick and roll. Hendricks showing off some nice finishing at the rim. Monk off the screen, fires the triple. That one won't fall. Baseline. Nice pass to Hendricks, and he's going to knock it down beyond the arc. The assist from Jamal Murray. Hendricks, really solid second quarter so far. Murray as well. Zion, tough finish at the rim. Hartenstein and Hendricks both up in the air. They're going to get Hendricks for this one, his 3rd. Zion doing whatever he wants, except hitting free throws. Yovi covered extremely well by Daniels here. Shot clock winding down now. Murray has to create, and he's blocked. Shot clock violation. All right, Webb, get a stop here, or just allow the biggest dunk you've ever allowed in your life. Okay. Off the high screen. Murray, the 3. No dice. It's tipped out, and McCollum gets to it. 9-point game. Pelicans trying to close the gap before halftime. It's been mostly Zion carrying the offensive load for New Orleans. Haven't seen that much from McCollum or Wagner or really anybody else has done a whole lot. It's been Zion going to town and then a couple of other guys putting together 1 or 2 buckets only. That's been the story of the game. So if we can just lock down his teammates, I feel good here. Because he's not going to be putting up, 70, 80 points by himself, you don't think? That shot's going to go for Wagner, and that's what I'm worried about. If their 3s start falling, it's going to get dicey. Can Yovi create something here? He fires off the screen, missed it. He gets it back. Duren had the offensive board. And this time we're going to drive it. Pick and roll, and Duren's got a monster jam on Ron Ward. All right, another try here for Webb. That's a bad shot from Zion. Doesn't matter. It's good from the wave. 20 here in the first half. We still lead by 6. Out of the timeout. Well, what do we draw up here for a play? It's a wide open shot for Yovi. It's no good, but Webb comes skying in for the offensive putback. That's amazing. We got Webb on Wagner now. Hop step. Webb stays with him, though. Good job on defense. Stand in front, Ron Ward. Beautiful pump fake, but now he's called for a charge. Armbarred and pushed off of Duren. Gonna go the other way. Jamal Murray's gonna check back in. Jovanovic moves back to shooting guard. Duren to Boyd, open three, top of the key. It's cash. Let's go. That's your #1 pick right there, baby. McCollum guarded closely by Murray. He's trying to get down low. Good job to stay in front. Wagner can't knock it down. Great defense right there by your Neptunes. Jovi, step back. Jumper, no good. Webb's there on the glass. Missed it though. He'll have it next time. He can't make all those shots. But Wagner is up ahead. And he lays it in. Little flip. Right at the hoop right there. Boyd, another three. More of a line drive that time, and Duren picks up a loose ball foul. That's his first. McCollum finds some space. The shot's off. Ward is there for the board, though. Duren has his pass deflected. Boyd tracks it down, and he missed the layup. He had nobody right there with him. He had a guy behind him, but not in front. Daniels, quick three. It's off. Ward's there on the glass. But what the heck was that? Boyd's got to hit that next time. McCollum, the triple. No. Jovanovic trying to sauce up Dyson Daniels here to end the half. He can't get by him. And Duren has to force a jumper. And he airballed it. But it's 58-51 to end the half. Solid first from the Neptunes. The offense was mostly good. The defense was good besides on Zion. So, all things considered, pretty satisfactory first half. Start of the second half here, folks, on opening night here in Atlantic Arena. Our Neptunes lead by 7, and we were by far the better team in that first half. We passed the ball better. We rebounded better. We shot better from three. They just shot better from the rest of the court. And both teams ended up shooting just over, 51%. And I guess they'll keep it up here in the second half. We'll see what happens here. Looking for more of the same. Good passing, good rebounding, and good shooting. That's all I want. If we lose, we lose. But if we look good, that's all that matters. Boyd's three, no good. But Webb's once again on the glass. He and Duren have been eating down there on these misses. Zion spins into a double team. Murray's there, and he lost it. Murray picks up a steal. Up to Jovi. He is fouled by Dyson Daniels. That's his first. And a couple times we've tried to break off a fast break. Both times we've been fouled. First one drops for Jovanovic. Want to see him shoot better in the second half. One of the big trends of his rookie year was that he would usually start the game off shooting fairly poorly. The first half was usually not his best, and then he would pick things up in the second half and bring it back to a pretty good day. So hoping for a similar story here. And that should stop happening once he improves the next couple of seasons, but still work to do there. He's not going to be a perfect player in just one season. Going to come off ball here. He'll fire a deep three, and it's off the mark, but Webb is there again for the bucket and the foul. Dalen Webb has been an absolute beast on the glass. Wagner does not like the call. Webb's free throw is up and in there. And then they throw it right to Webb. There's a steal. Jovi up to Boyd. Easy two. That's how you score in transition, folks. Get a turnover, immediately sprint up ahead. Wagner gets the handoff, steps into a three, and that one's online. Boyd, long two, online. Love seeing him knock down some jumpers. Zion attacking Webb and just getting by him. It's not even a contest. Under 5 on the clock. Murray turns it over right to Ron Ward. He's trying to find Duren. As McCollum cans it on the other end. It's back to a 6-point game. Yovi, plenty of space, but his threes aren't falling right now. Hit his first one, has not shot well since, and 2 for 13, man. Zion scores again. They're closing the gap. Another screen. Back to Webb. Circus shot and the foul again. This time it's on Zion, his third. Webb is showing up to play, man. Twisting and turning through the air, finishing at the rim, and hitting the free throw too. Oh no, ISO mode. Zion just throws it up. This is embarrassing for the entire defense right now, just watching this unfold. At least nobody else is doing a whole lot. Yovi fires and missed it, but Duren's there for the tip-in. It's almost too easy. It's like the game plan right now for us is to have Yovi fire, probably miss, and then just bank on Duren and Webb teaming up for an offensive board. And so far, it's put us in front. Shot clock counting down for New Orleans. Wagner pass tipped, and Murray gets the steal. Tipped by Jalen Duren. Up ahead to Boyd. He attacks the basket, shaking off Zion for the buckets. That's what I'm talking about. If you can finish on players like that, that's a good sign for things to come. He's got 6 points so far in this quarter, almost matching his total from the first half. So love seeing that. Wagner's got it. Waiting for Herb Jones. He'll launch a three. That is a low percentage shot for him, I think. Murray waiting for the screen. Fading away. The long two is in there. Jamal Murray has been really nice so far tonight. 13 points, 5 for 10. Ron Ward, open jumper. That one won't fall. Over 4.5 to play in this third quarter. I need Yovi to pick things up, though, man. I don't want to have back-to-back games like this. He already had a just horrible showing in the last game of the season in year 2. As that one's blocked by Ward. Murray never saw him. ISO. Zion attacking Dalen Webb, but he blocks the shot this time. Way to finally show up. Yovi to Murray. He steps back. Tough baseline angle. No good. Duren's there for the reverse putback. Duren and Webb, man. These two guys are playing really, really well right now on the offensive end. Timeout Pelicans. Down by 13. Zion. Third three of the day. Not going to fall. It's now 1 for 3 from downtown. Yovi, mismatch against Zion, kicks it back out. Anthony's wide open. That three is good. Yovi has a couple of assists here. He's been a better passer as of late, to include the last month of last season. So if he's not going to shoot well, then I guess the passing should be pretty good, so other guys can get some good shots. McCullough answers right back. Boyd, back to Duren. Beautiful pass in there for the dunk. There's an assist. Wagner fakes off Boyd, finds an open look, and this time it's Cash. Yovi lobs it up to Duren. That was a quick pass. Another assist for Jovanovic. Zion doubled by Webb and Duren. Tough shot. Good stop. Yeah, right now, Pelicans aren't playing much defense, and they can't really get much going on the offensive end, except with Zion. They'll have a couple of buckets every now and then, but for the most part, Zion has been the only guy doing much on the offensive end as Ron Ward picks up his third foul. Jalen Duren heads to the line for a three-point opportunity. Free throw is up and out. They got to find a shot here. Benson has it, and he's wide open. Jamal Murray on the move. Why didn't just drive that? Had a wide open lane to attack the rim there and penetrate the paint and pick it back out or something. Wagner's shot falls, and it's back to a 13-point game, but we're still in control. Last shot of the quarter coming up, perhaps. Murray's hanging on to it. He'll fire a three, and it's off, but Duren is there again to put it in to beat the buzzer. 15-point lead through three. Neptunes in control. The fourth quarter starts here on opening night. It's 76-91, 15-point lead for your home team. We have looked pretty damn good on the offensive end. A couple of hiccups here and there, but that's to be expected. The defense could be better against Zion, but otherwise it's been great. That three won't fall for Anthony. We come up empty on our first possession of the quarter. I've liked Mac Boyd so far. He's taken the shots carefully and has, for the most part, knocked them down. Jovanovic has been bad shooting-wise, but has passed the ball really very well. Murray has been solid in both the passing and shooting games, so no complaints with him. Just looking for more of the same. Anthony, the jumper, no. But he picks Jones' pocket and gets a steal, and we get it right back. A fire at the rim for two, and he makes up for the miss on the last play. Alvarez getting down low on Hartenstein. That looked pretty easy for him. What was that? How did that happen? Herb Jones misses the shot. Big mistake not to capitalize on the turnover. Murray attacks the rim. Nice pump fake. He kicks it back out. Probably could have shot that. Anthony now has to force a horrible, horrible shot. Horrible. Zion creates some space, gets down low, and has an easy flush. 28 points for Zion, even better than he had on their own opening night. He had 28 points in that game, and he's almost certainly going to surpass that here. Taylor Hendricks given some space. He can't do that. He's a good shooter. For three. Zion can't get it to fall. Anthony, nice fake spin, and the shot's good from the elbow. 18-point lead now for your home team. Jumper from the wave. Zion can't knock it down. You can force him to take those jump shots. I feel a lot better about his scoring than I do right now. Oh, Anthony threw that right to Gabe Vincent. Barely saw him. In the corner, Herb Jones knocks it down for three. Anthony, the triple. Not going to fall. Would have been an assist there for Hartenstein. Zion attacking Hartenstein now. It's too easy. How do you stop this guy? Double teams don't work. Putting a guy who's 7 foot on him does not work. How do you do it? Double screens. Anthony back to Hendricks. Quick pull up, and that one's off. 13-point game. Jones for three. No. Jamal Murray. Nice pass to Hartenstein. No look pass. That was beautiful. The starters check in for the Neptunes. A couple of backups still out there for New Orleans. Zion has to force the shot over Duren, and he missed it. See what I'm saying? Make this guy take shots outside of the paint, and I guarantee you it's going to go a lot better for us. Duren whips it out. Yovi, please hit this, man. Come on. He's wide open, man. At least Duren's there to clean it up every single time. That was Webb, actually. McCollum. Contested shot. Doesn't matter. I'm going to play for Mac Boyd here. We go to Webb instead. I'll take that if he would have made it. They go up ahead to Monk. He finds Zion at the rim. He missed the dunk. Duren was right there to meet him at the rim. Up to Boyd. His jumper is off the mark. He tracks it down. Back out to Yovi for the three. Please. Yes, finally. I'm out of breath. McCollum. Mid-range jumper again. Not this time. Murray. Stops, fires, missed it. Duren comes flying in. Zion had no idea what was in store for him right there. No idea that Duren was right there outside of his vision. 20-point game now. Neptunes just completely outclassing these Pelicans right now. Zion's been by far the best player, but we have been by far the better team. McCollum's got it. Time counting down. Duren can't stop him, but that's a tough layup right there. I can't fault him for the defense. That was as best as he could have done right there. Baseline jumper. Murray can't cash it. It's pretty well contested too. Monk brings it up. Hands off to Zion. Back to Monk for the dunk. Webb the screen. Jovanovic, the long two. Missed it. Duren again on the glass. The Pelicans can't rebound for shit. Wagner back to Ward. Easy pick and roll this time around. We got Boyd moving off ball. He's wide open. Wide is a bit of an overstatement. 5 on the shot clock. Wagner has to create. He's doubled. I was going to say, if that shot goes in, that would be ridiculous. Ward pulls down the offensive board, but I'm afraid this game's just too out of reach for New Orleans here. Murray gets inside and absolutely gets swatted by Ron Ward. That one was completely denied. That was incredible. Wagner on the move. Hits it. 11-point game. 2 minutes to go. Maybe it's not over just yet. A little spark here from New Orleans these last 2.5 minutes. Boy, top of the key. Tough shot. No. Duren tracks it down. The offense keeps it. Good job on the offensive glass yet again. Murray in the corner. Wide open. Gotta have it. It's in there. That might be the dagger, folks. 90 seconds to play and counting. Here comes a screen. Daniels fires off it and hits, but he has barely done anything all night long. Murray fading away over 3 defenders. No, but Duren's there again. And once we see he and Webb's numbers, you guys are going to be shocked by how well these two guys have played today. Incredible stuff. Wagner, deep triple. Not going to fall for him. This game is wrapped up, folks. Another 3 for Murray. Just to sweeten this deal for us. What a game. And Boyd will end it with a statement jam off a steal from Jamal Murray. What a performance on opening night by Virginia Beach. The home opener, the season opener, the debut of Mac Boyd, and everybody on this team besides Yobi played really well. He passed well, but the Neptunes come out on top by 19 points on opening night. 119-100 is your final score, and I liked 90% of what I saw in this game. Impressive showing. Jalen Duren leads the way in a strong victory against the Pelicans. 26-17, 13 for 14 from the field. Jamal Murray, 19-9. Ends up shooting fairly poorly, but was very good from beyond the arc. Mac Boyd, thought he was pretty damn good besides his three-point shooting. 15 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, 7 for 15 from the field. And Dalen Webb, him and Duren, man. First of all, Duren had 11 offensive rebounds. Webb had 7. He goes for 14 and 16. He played extremely well. Jovanovic was not good shooting-wise, 3 for 20. Hopefully he can get back on track. But 6 assists, I think, is pretty damn solid as the shooting guard. And then Hendricks, 12 points off the bench. Thought he was really solid. Cole Anthony had a couple of turnovers and just bad plays. But overall, he was really good. 10 points, 6 boards, and also 7 assists off the bench. He ended with 31 assists, which is very, very good. If we can pass like that all year long, I think this offense is going to be very, very well off. The Pelicans got 37 and 7 from Zion. Franz actually ends up putting together a pretty solid day with 21 points on good shooting. But nobody else really did a whole lot. McCollum ends up shooting pretty well. But I thought we were just completely better, outclassing them. They didn't even have like a bad player out there, really. But we were just better as a team. We shot 49%. They shot 52%. We shot 35 from 3. They were 32%. I mean, really, it was us scoring at will in the paint. We had more second chance points because of that and because of those offensive boards. The bench play was really nice for us. We passed better. We obviously had more boards on both offensive and defensive. We had more steals, less turnovers. Overall, just a really good performance. They led for like one play, and you can't really ask for much more on opening night besides maybe Yovi shooting a bit better. You can't really ask for a better opening night unless you want Yovi to shoot better, which, I mean, I think all of us do want that. But we win. We take down the Pelicans, who have a pretty solid roster, all things considered. And we start the season 1-0. We'll probably watch this game against the Magic on the road, November 18th, next time out. But if you guys have any preferences for what you guys want to see this next month, drop your comment down below, and also just drop your thoughts on opening nights. How did Mac Boyd do in your eyes? What about Yovi, Jamal Murray, Jalen Duren, Dalen Webb? What do you think about our starters, our backups, the team going forward? Drop your thoughts down below. Like and subscribe as well, and we'll pick it up next time, guys. Thanks for tuning in to watch the generational debut of Mac Boyd. We're going to continue year 3 next time out, guys. I'll see you there. Peace out.